Namaskar children, welcome to today's class. In today's segment, we will be studying the last part of the chapter freedom, and we are going to study freedom of speech and expression. So, this is one of the importance freedom. You see, in this, there should be minimum interference of state or the government, and importance is to be given to the freedom. By this freedom, there will be free flow of ideas. That means by freedom of speech and expression, people can come out with their ideas and they can share their ideas also with everybody. But again, there should be some restrictions also in this freedom of speech and expression, because freedom of speech doesn't mean that we can talk whatever we want to talk about anybody or about any religion or any community or any person. Whenever we speak of others, we should also see that what we speak should not cause any hatred. It should not cause any damage to others. Like we have seen many movies, many movies are banned, many books are banned, many speeches are banned because they spread hatred. Let us take the example of the movie Padmavat. Actually, its name was Padmavati, but some people protested and said that the movie inside the movie, the producer has tampered with history. So they changed the name of the movie from Padmavati to Padmavat. Same way, let us take another example. Deepa Mehta, she was a film producer and she wanted to make a movie on widows of Varanasi. But the censor board, through Central Board of Film Certification, it did not allow her to make the movie. What did they say? They say that by making such movies, it won't be good for the widows of Varanasi. So we can say that though we have got the freedom of speech and expression, we have to see that these should not spread hatred and they should not hurt the sentiments of others. So we need some restrictions also in this. Now, let us study the views of Voltaire. Voltaire said that I disapprove of whatever you say, but I defend your rights to speak till death. That means he said that though I may not agree, I may disapprove of whatever you say. Sometimes we see your views and our two persons' views, they do not match. Same way Voltaire said that maybe I disapprove. That means maybe I disagree of what you say, but I defend your right, but I support the right to speak till death. That means though I may defend, though may I not approve what you say, but it is your right to say what you want to say, because it is you have got the right to speak. Now we'll be studying the views of J.S. Mill and on why freedom of speech should be protected. He said that freedom of speech should be protected. Freedom of expression should also be protected. He said no idea is completely false. By saying that, he wanted to say that no idea is completely false. For one, it may be true. For others, it may be false. Let us take the example. Like some parents, they want their students, their sons or daughters to pursue higher studies. So they are not wrong. Same way, the child, he may say that he wants to pursue music and he doesn't want to go for higher studies. So he is also not wrong. So we can say that both are right in their own aspects and both are not false. Both are not false. The second point he said was truth doesn't emerge by itself. That means that we have to make debates and discussions and then only we have to come to a conclusion. Truth doesn't emerge by itself means whatever is true, it is inside the Pandora box. It doesn't come out on its own. For the truth to coming out, we need to have debates and discussion. Let us see. Supposing, as we have seen the example, the parent wants the child to go for higher studies, whereas the child is saying that he wants to pursue music and he would be doing higher studies in music. So both, they come to a conclusion. So what conclusion do they come? That the child is going to listen to his parent. He will be doing higher studies as said by his parents, and what he wish, he wants to do higher study in music. So both, he is going to listen to both. That means he is going to listen to his father also and he will also do music because he wanted to do. In this way, truth can come only by debates and discussions. And the third point is truth exposed to criticism, it becomes trustworthy. That means truth, whenever truth is exposed to criticism, that means whenever a person comes and puts his ideas or expresses his thought, he is criticized. Let it be criticized. But when any critic comes and criticizes the idea, then only it becomes trustworthy. Like if higher studies in music will not help the child, then the importance of studies through debates and discussions will be nullified. That means that truth to prove itself should face criticism. Then only it will become important or trustworthy. And Miller's last view was, what we consider true at one given point of time can be false at another point of time. That means at one time we may think that any fact is true, but afterwards may find it to be false. For example, we have seen that initially that higher studies was important for the child because he could earn money, he could come to the top level, and he could develop himself. But after getting higher studies, ultimately he would earn money. But what if it's when the matter comes of earning the money, a child can even earn money by doing concerts in music, by taking out some music album and becoming famous. So it is not, at one point it was found that higher studies were important, and it was true that higher studies will help him to earn money. But this same thing, that means higher studies important to earn, it becomes false when the child can earn money by doing music concerts. So we can say that at one point one thing may look true, but at other given point it may also look false. Therefore, Mill concluded that society that is completely suppresses the idea is not accepted today. That means in today's society, whatever ideas come, whatever thoughts come, they should not be suppressed. If the ideas are suppressed or if the thoughts are suppressed, then it is not a ideal society. And what will happen? The valuable knowledge of the people will be lost. To the ideas, to the expressions, or to the thoughts, there should be some restrictions. There should be some criticism, but we should not ban them at all. We should always welcome the ideas which people bring, so that there may be some conflict of thoughts. But at the end, what we are finding that when we welcome these ideas, valuable knowledge will be restored. And if all the ideas are suppressed, then what will happen? Then the valuable knowledge will be lost. So children, this is the end of the chapter. So in this chapter, we have studied about freedom, and we have studied about negative liberty. We have studied about positive liberty, Mill's harm principle. Okay children, bye.